Yeah, I get it, and I get it. Sometimes listening to Peter Schiff can be very hard on the ears, but
Mm.
he's absolutely right every time when he talks about it, and I know he's a bit of a broken clock, but I guess it must be kind of crazy to just watch something slowly decay for decades at a time.
Hmm.
Like that really must do something to watch that.
Because
That
you
kind
keep
of
looking
slow.
like that LeBron meme, like.
Oh, it's great. That's
But
definitely a good
people are still saying, no,
topic.
it's different. What are you talking about? Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, the market's going down, but it goes back up.
Goes back up. Yeah, after the Great Depression, it only took 30 years for prices to reach the same levels again. That's
Hmm.
fine. It's I think that's what people aren't thinking of is yeah, I think we because the last crisis, the GFC, I think kind of gave everyone a false interpretation of how this all works. Because at that time, everything went crazy, everyone was over leveraged. We saw things start falling apart, and we
Hmm.
that's when we began money printing out of it, and people thought that was crazy then. And then we normalized the money printing, so that became part of our economy. This is why
Hmm.
I'd always argue um, people get so caught up in like this whole capitalism versus socialism debate. I think the real problem is, regardless of what we choose, there needs to be free markets, ability for price discovery, and for freedom of trade of labor and goods between
Hmm.
people. And realistically, we don't have that in this environment where there's just money basically handed away to all these banks to be able to loan out at no interest. Like there's no
Hmm.
leverage, no have to put skin in the game to get the free ability to go around and just purchase. And that's not a free market. That's not. People are given unfair advantages. I think that's the real problem we have here when it comes down to it. That's why we're so disenfranchised.
The companies aren't afraid to lose money. It's great because they know they'll get a fucking loan from the fucking government or the bank to the government, blah blah blah.
Right,
And
exactly.
like, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Like, if a company's not doing well, we have to let them fail. I mean, I can, okay, yeah, it
Yeah.
sucks that we have to let them fail, but
Too big to fail is a scary
if
thing.
they fail, then it's up to another company to either take over and do better, or a
Right.
new company to come up and step up and prove if they can do it or whatever.
And that's the whole point, right? It's like,
Hmm.
during a recession, that's usually when the bad companies, the ones that are poorly managed, they wipe out. The new companies come in who are more innovative, and you get better growth off of that. It's kind of like the metaphor when they when you have like dead shrubs and trees, and you do controlled burn to clear
Hmm.
them out so they don't become wildfires like we have here in California all the time.
Yeah.
It's like that same thing. It's like, the bad needs to be moved out sometimes. Like not everyone can win, especially if your business model is bad. Then
Hmm.
you shouldn't, you should have to readdress that. But we've really allowed people with bad business models to continue. And companies are increasing their stock price by just buying back their own stock.